That's good.
What's up, G.I. Joe fans? Duke45 here. No need to beat around the bush here. You guys know I'm a huge Falcon fan, and you guys also know that I have felt like we've needed a definitive version of Falcon for a long time. I never felt that they gave us a proper version of the character, despite this being now the 5th version of Falcon that they've given us in the modern era. None of them to this point have really checked all the boxes for me. So having said that, as soon as I saw this one was going to go up for sale, I looked at the part breakdown, and I was pretty excited because as far as I'm concerned, all the errors and problems that they had with the previous versions are corrected with this version. So I'm going to open it up right now and let you guys see the figure, and then I guess we can figure out if this thing is as good as I had hoped for. All right, let's open it. Careful, careful. This card art is sweet too, so I don't want to damage that. I'm not sure the artist on this one, but again, fantastic job. If it was you, Adam Riches, great work. Alright. I get so nervous now that I've discovered, you know, hey, just carefully cut these. I don't want to ruin any more of the art because I hang it up on my wall here. And let's finish that right around the corner. If I did this properly, it should just pop right off. Ooh, look at that. Usually there's like some stragglers that I missed and I have to go back around, but in this case, it worked. Head to toe, I'm impressed. Right off the bat, I'm impressed. We'll look at this helicopter Sonic Fighter stuff in a second here. I'm going to cut this part right here, and I guess this part too. Oh, looks like we got another gun on the side there. Awesome. Classic shotgun. Can't have Falcon without a shotgun. So let me just cut that part carefully. I don't know how careful that was. And then right there. And then I might as well cut this because I'll have to do it at some point. Okay, all right. So here is Falcon. Oh boy. Oh man. All right, yeah, this is it. This is the one. Yep. Yes, 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 yes. Let's take a look at that right there. Sturdy. Good parts. Nice design. Yeah, this, all right, yeah. I love this figure, and I just opened it right out, just immediately. Initial impressions, this thing is fantastic. And you know what, let me show you why this thing is fantastic without even diving into any articulation or anything. Let's get all this stuff out of the way here. Let's just look at strict figure to figure. Okay, off to the side. So this was the first one they gave us. This was the very first Falcon figure. 25th anniversary, packaged with Nemesis Enforcer. I know it said Nemesis Immortal, but it's Nemesis Enforcer. Here's a progression of the Falcon figures that they gave us. This is the very first one from the 25th anniversary. As you can see, he has a awful head sculpt that does not look anything like Falcon at all. Non-removable hat. Forearm cut right there where the arm is. No wrist posability whatsoever. This shirt, from a glance, it resembles the Falcon character in his iconic gear, but this was the original Falcon, and this figure, a vintage figure, this is superior to this modern figure in every way, in my opinion. They really shouldn't have given us this if they were trying to give us this. So this one, not happy with it at all. Very disappointed that that was the only one we had for about 5 years or so. And then they went ahead and gave us the Slaughter's Marauder version, which corrected some of those issues. So as you can see here with the Slaughter's Marauders version, they got rid of that terrible head. They fixed the arms, they improved the arms, and they gave us some sturdier looking legs. However, these legs are just kind of, they're a little bow-legged. They don't really suit the character. I like the little fringe on the bottom of his shirt. That looks good. So certainly an improvement over the 25th anniversary, but not quite where Falcon is supposed to be. Here's the Night Force version. As you can see, some subtle changes were made. The legs, arms, torso, everything was kept the same. They changed the color of Falcon's hair from black to brown. And instead of having the little fringe on the bottom of his shirt, they gave us a little kind of, not quite web gear, but just kind of a tactical, straps on him for whatever type of accessories and whatnot. Holds the pistol and everything. But that's basically the only change that was made aside from the coloring, so it fit in with the Night Force color version. And then they weren't done there. They went ahead and gave us another version in the 50th anniversary, and that was this one. Here's the 50th anniversary edition, all black, a little bit taller than the other figures. As you can see, the head sculpt more closely resembles the Slaughter's Marauders one. It's the same head, but painted a little bit differently, so it gives it a slightly different look. Same arms as the previous two. The fringe is back from the Slaughter's Marauder one, and we have different legs. These legs are from Duke, Pursuit of Cobra. I don't particularly care for these legs. They're just a little too thin, and it just doesn't give a good look as far as I'm concerned. But, I don't know that I could argue that they're worse than the previous legs. I didn't like the previous legs either. So this figure is kind of just a variation of the previous two with no real upgrades to it. And then comes this one. Yeah, check that out. So why is this one better in my opinion? Well, let's take a look here. Very good head sculpt, same head sculpt as the other ones. It's painted very nicely. His beret has the actual little insignia painted on it, as you can see right there. Nicely done. Now the arms, they've been swapped out for Retaliation mouse arms, and I like those because they have good sculpting, and they have the wrist joint articulation right there. Also another thing, Falcon's original character did not wear gloves. I don't know why these previous ones all gave him gloves. Again, the original version of the figure right here. And that's how Falcon is supposed to be. So he has no gloves here. Wrist articulation. He has the fringe on the bottom of the shirt, which I like. It looks good. So we get the strap here. The black bandana right there. Scarf, whatever you want to call it. Going down to the legs, we've got new legs here. These look a little bit like Retaliation legs, going down to a proper actual military style boot. So all of my issues from the previous ones here are fixed with this one. It is removable, and would you look at that? Looks like brown hair. Literally every piece of complaints or changes or any type of notes that you wanted to make on the figures to make them better was put into this figure. This is just so incredibly well done. I really, really like this figure a lot. I mean, I'm trying not to get wrapped up in the moment and say this is my favorite from the entire Modern line. But as I'm looking at this figure right now, and I'm sure it's probably just the excitement, this is my favorite from the entire Modern line. I know it has a lot to do with the fact that I like the character, but this is just so well done. You'll look at and notice that the arms do not have that camo. That's okay, the original Sonic Fighters vintage one did not have that either. So here's another kind of final comparison from the start, the first Falcon they made in the modern, the modern era, and there is the final Falcon that they made in the modern era. You can see how far the toy line has come, how far the brand has come in that time period. We're talking 2007 until 2000, and I guess technically 19 now. So they're just huge changes in how the figures were made. I really, really like this Falcon figure. Hats off, props to the G.I. Joe Collectors Club on this one. Excellent selection of parts and pieces. This figure looks great. Now that I'm done drooling over the figure, let's take a look at what it actually can provide. All right, so here's that articulation, the arm bending right there. Wrist joint in order. Same side, shoulders go up. Perfect. And again, we got another wrist joint on this side as well. This one is on the middle of the wrist, going in and out. Leg bending. This little fringe on the bottom of the shirt does not really, it somewhat impacts or restricts his leg bend, but not too much. You can still get a pretty good kick on there. And that is on both sides. Double knee joint right there. Beautiful. And again, right there. Excellent. And then the boot. in and out. No, it does go around in a circle, but does not have that side-to-side hinge, which isn't that common anyway, but I still point it out when I notice it. So overall, there is Falcon. And again, this figure is tremendous. It just feels like a sturdy, substantial figure. It's going to look nice on the shelves. If you take pictures with them, it's going to look nice in the pictures. Good job, again. All right, let's pull this Sonic Fighter stuff out here. Let's see how quickly I can put this together. Here's the figure stand as well. Lieutenant Falcon. Apparently they got the copyright back for that. So real quick, let's see how he holds his weapons. He has this assault rifle here. And let's see how that fits in the hand here. It fits well. Hat pops off. That's all right. I was shaking it around a little bit. And the shotgun. The gun most commonly associated with Falcon from all the card art. And see here. Just pop it in there. These hands are usually pretty good. And this is no different. Yeah, he's got it. Excellent. Really well done. I guess if you're trying to nitpick, if you really want to nitpick, you can slightly nitpick that the eyes are slightly off-centered up. But that's just, yeah, it's barely. And that's somebody who's seriously nitpicking this thing. Because this is a great looking figure. Let's put his beret back on him. All right, perfect. So you guys can take a look at that. I'm going to see if I can put this together. This resembles the Cobra Commander, Ultimate Cobra Commander, but actually, no, you know, now that I get another look at it, I don't think that it does. False alarm, y'all. Did I just say y'all? I don't say y'all. Just ignore me. I'll try and get this thing put together. All right, so as you can see, we've got some parts. This thing, I believe, will clip onto that. And that's his handles. And then same thing on this side. And just kind of, what do you think, like this, guys? Slide in that way or slide in this way? I'm going to assume it slides in this way. There you go. That makes the most sense. And let's clip them in. Take these guns out. Move that backpack, not the backpack, but that little strap out of the way. And then he will grip these just like this. Nice. Okay, there we go. This part needs to stay up. And there it is. Sonic Fighters Falcon. Awesome. Really like this figure. If not for the price, I would have bought 2 of these in order to repaint this one to look more like the original figure, which this one is right there. So try and make it look more like that. So that's still on the table. If I can find this any cheaper than what it's going for on the club site. But overall, I would give this enthusiastic thumbs up. Oh yeah, this is a great figure, definitely. Really enjoy it. I don't know that I'll ever use this backpack for him, but the fact that he holds weapons, stands tall, posability, good look, excellent, excellent figure. Very excited. This might be the figure that I am the most excited about. Nope. Excellent figure. Fantastic job. It's going to be hard to top this one, in all honesty, of all the modern figures that are coming out. So I know we're at the end of the list, but anyway, very excited about this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really appreciate all the support. And until next time, yo Joe.